Hey, this is Jean with CA&J Farm. I had to cancel my honeybee day at the farm today because we are so flooded, but I am here this morning on Saturday, the 30th, March 30th. Can you believe it's almost April? I'm here on Saturday to pick up my bees from Billy Bees here in Matthews, and I've got KD here with me from Gloucester. I'm going to show you around a little bit, and then we're going to talk to KD and Billy a little bit. They have been beekeeping a lot more longer than I and a lot more serious. I've been so busy with my programs the last few years. I've been more of a bee haver than a beekeeper, but I'm going to get back into it. I've been a natural beekeeper trained by Jan Finema here in Matthews since 1998. And I am going to pick it up. That's going to be more of an importance at the farm now that I've got my programs going right. But anyway, I just want to show you around a little bit, and then we're going to talk to Katie and Billy. Okay, here picking up our bees. You know, Billy always does a good job. And look at it, aren't they gorgeous? When you see very little dead in the bottom there, I mean, you're going to see some dead, but sometimes when you go to some beekeepers and you pick up your bees, there's a lot of dead, and that's a sign that something's wrong. Now the bees are right there, and in the middle of that mass, you've got an upturned can with some holes in it of sugar syrup that they're drinking out of, and you've got a little queen cage in there that's holding a couple of her attendants and her, and they're feeding her and taking care of her. And so they're massed around her. They're getting used to her. She's not their queen yet, but they will accept her. And aren't they gorgeous? Here's one on the outside. He's like, let me in. I think that looks like... Is that a drone? I think that is a drone. Is that a drone? He's big. He's pretty big. Anyway, we will talk to KD right now. Okay, KD, tell us about your experience with the bees.
They're fun.
How long you been doing it?
5 years.
Okay.
That's only.
And Billy trained you?
Billy's helped me a lot. You too. Getting in bees.
Yeah.
If you get into them, they'll teach you.
Yeah.
If you're too rough, they'll sting you. If you're nice and smooth, they'll be nice to you. I try to raise a few queens and just like everybody else, get them through the year.
Yeah. You know, I found that to be true with many animals. Have you ever worked with horses or anything, dogs, anything? They sense whether you have peace, and if you're peaceful and handle them, and they sense if you kind of know what you're doing too, then they work with you. But yeah, I've been stung many times. I know. I just have a few on the farm now. I keep like between 3 and 5 on my farm now the last few years. But I used to have like 20 scattered all around and on people's properties. And I remember I used to try to go and sit with each one every week. I'd check them out, sit with them, and have my lunch by them, and just kind of get a feel for how they were doing.
Yep, making sure they're doing good, bringing in pollen.
Yeah, and they get to know you.
Yep, they get to know your smell. I think that's a lot. They smell you.
They do.
They know when it's danger and it's not danger.
They do. I know somebody told me they didn't like it if you showed up all sweaty and stinky, but they haven't seemed to mind me.
yeah, I'm like that a lot. I'm not a fair weather beekeeper. I work my regular job, and I got to get in the bees, whether it's sprinkling rain, cloudy, cool. So you do get stung. But that's the price of being with bees.
Yeah. Do you sell your honey?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We're Middle Way Farm. We sell at a lot of farmers markets. We're in that store.
Oh.
We sell honey in there. Over in Lancaster, in the seafood market.
Okay.
So we do pretty good just for being a hobby.
Yeah. You say Middle Neck Farms?
Middle Way.
Middle Way Farms. Middle
Yep,
Way
in Gloucester
Farms.
County.
Wow. Can people reach out to you?
Yes, they can get a hold to me at 757-810-1598.
Okay, great. Hey, we need to support our local people.
Yep.
That is for sure. Yeah, no. I know you and I are very similar in the fact that we're looking for natural ways. And
Correct.
Can you talk about some of your experiences with that?
I have been buying breeder queens and trying to raise my own queens from genetic stock. Bought some queens out of Missouri and some queens from Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And there's mite tolerant, so we're just playing with that and seeing how that goes. I think you still got a treat. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just so hard right now with the mites.
it is. It
Mites.
is. And
Mites, old cone.
Yeah.
You know, you got all your sprays that everybody sprays on their yards to kill the weeds or to make the grass grow. It's really harmful for the bees.
yeah. I know when we started keeping bees back in 1998, nobody in Matthews sprayed their fields. And nobody was really into spraying that much, even on their home properties, their small
Yep.
farms or homesteads. Now everybody sprays, and the more they spray, our farm's kind of surrounded by sprayed areas, and yeah, my bees are really suffering. And,
We get, I hate to say it like this, but city people coming in,
Yeah.
building more subdivision, everybody's competing with the prettiest yard.
Exactly. You're exactly right. And I agree. It's not about your yard being like golf course pretty. It's about being natural. And anything you're spraying on your yard is going into if you have any kind of little gardens or anything,
Yep.
you're eating that. So
Yep.
we all need to get back to it. I know I just posted a get rid of your Roundup spray weed recipe on Facebook. So anybody look up my feed, Jean Howard or C&J Farm on Facebook, and I just posted my natural recipe for weed control, and involving 30% vinegar and salt and
Yep.
Dawn and stuff. And so yeah, stay away from Roundup. Whoever invented that,
It was bad.
yes, was bad, and we ought to know exactly who that is and let him know that. But anyway, thank you.
Yep,
Thank
yep.
you. We're going to look around a little bit more. I want to talk to Billy just for a minute too. Thank you, Katie.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, we're back, and yeah, it's so wonderful to visit over here. The bees are kind of, a bunch of them are loose, but they're not bad. I know I tell people that help me at the farm, if you're helping me weed and a bee lands on your arm, because we've got hives there, just ignore it. It will just scent you, smell you, taste you maybe, but it won't sting you. It's when you go crazy and try to smash it that it stings you. So that's natural. Okay, I want to turn you around. Billy's busy today getting everything, everybody stopping by and picking up things. And, yeah. And he's busy. Billy, you want to say hey real quick? Yeah, he's got bee pickup coming today. As you can see, all of these hives are going to get out of here. 3 of them are mine. I'm going to take them home and make a video of us installing them tonight. You want to install your bees late in the day. If you install them early in the day, they may not stay. They may take off in pursuit of a better place. So always put them in late in the day, kind of maybe just an hour or so before it gets dark. And they'll usually, by the time they stay the night, then they stay. And we'll give your place a try. I was just telling KD, because so much of the comb you buy, the commercial comb is tainted with pesticides and everything in there, because the bees have gathered it. They make the comb out of what they gather, and if they gather bad stuff, that's what they make the comb from. So we actually use combless foundation and just support them. Guys, what do y'all use for to feed your bees right off? Do you use the jars upturned in the front entrance feeders, or
Correct.
use the
Just like
upturned
these.
buckets?
Just like
Okay,
these right
yeah. Yeah, okay, he's got a bunch of them right there. I've heard various things on, I usually use the upturned buckets during the winter or fall for fall feeding, as well as fondant. But in the spring, when I take these guys home, I'm going to use the upturned jars. That just fits into entrance feeders, huh?
Yes, yep.
I may use these bigger jars. I've been using the quartz, but yeah, they run out so fast.
Billy also has 100% natural wax, bee wax foundation.
Do you? Oh, cool beans. Did you make it?
No, I didn't make it, but that's all I use is 100%
Excellent.
beeswax. And I put them in the frames and put wire to reinforce it. And there, no plastic. I don't have anything that's got plastic in it. All wooden beeswax.
I've got a store at the farm, a Yellow Barn store. It's inside an old barn and an old cookhouse for the house, and even water for the guests that visit us. And we get a lot of people, and I imagine a few of my things go home with them. I serve their water to guests in glass bottles. I'm not going to contribute to the microplastics building up in everybody's bodies. Half and half?
Half and half.
Half and half, and then we do a thicker syrup like only a third water and thicker in the winter.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, look.
That's the queens.
Yeah.
She'll get 3 times that big once she comes out of the cage.
Yeah. Now you'll see, I'm going to do a video of us putting in ours this afternoon, and you'll see we'll actually put these, they'll be suspended, and they will release her. So you'll be seeing this again this afternoon. Billy, you sell, you're a big-time honey beekeeper here in Matthews. How long you been doing it?
30 years.
Wow. You are well known, and you keep healthy by lifting all these hives, don't you?
Well, first of all, let me tell you right off the bat, I don't hear near as good as I used to.
Okay. I will talk louder.
Okay.
I will talk louder. I agree. I don't see as good as I used to. Are you having a hard time seeing in the hives? I'm getting harder every year.
Well, I have to wear glasses for that, but I can still see the eggs and all.
Yeah. I'm finding my beekeeper's veil gets in my way. I'm trying to wear it less and less. So, yeah. Well, Billy, I mean, you're well known. C&J Farm gets all of our honey from you. We sell all your honey. If I don't have my own out, we're selling yours. And I have to check out KD's honey. Sell some of his in our store also, now that I've found him.
He's got good honey, I can tell you that.
Yep. Billy, you have how many people stopping by today to pick up hives?
Probably about 60, I think.
Okay. Are they mostly Matthews or Matthews and Gloucester?
No, Richmond.
Oh, Richmond.
Tidewater area down there, Northern Neck. They come from all over.
Okay. Well, I'm just glad to hear so many people are still keeping bees.
A lot of new ones getting into it, a lot of newbies.
Because it's gotten very challenging.
Yeah.
Do you work with one of the bee clubs in the area?
I do not.
You don't? Okay. I know there are a few. I have been, they're good. They're full of good info. I haven't found I've had time to really get involved with them either. They're a little far away. And I know you're like me. I'm just busy mowing and keeping up with everything. C&J Farm's got more than just bees. We've got pigs, ducks, chickens, rabbits, and 3 big dogs, and we're an herb farm. So we actually grow all the herbs. So I'm actually working with combining the herbs with the bees to see if we can't keep them alive better naturally. But, anyway, thank you. Thank you for being the guy in our area. Okay. Well, I'm going to take you outside. We're going to look at Cheryl's garden real quick because she does an amazing garden.
Got anything planted just yet.
Now, still, hers looks better than mine. So, do you know you got to stay home to have a garden? You got to be in your garden. She's got an amazing space here. I'm going to turn you around. You can look at it. Look at this. And they live right on the water. Bees are happy here. And look, she's got the raised beds. Anybody want to do something with this? I mean, you too can grow something like this. Okay, well, I'm going to gather up my 3 bees and take them home. And part 2 of this day, this is part 1. Part 2 of this day will be later today, and it will be installing our bees. So I hope you catch that too. Anyway, you be well. Enjoy this beautiful Saturday. I sure wish our farm wasn't flooded and we could be open because the weather is gorgeous. It's just the farm is underwater. You got to go with the flow. Whatever God sends you, you got to make it work. And and make it work with joy. So you have a good day. I'll see you later.